All right, my name is Flint Holbrook, president and founder of TruckSpy. I'm here with Landon Morris. Landon's the fleet manager at Panhandle Express. They've been one of our long tenured customers, really good customer, and we've actually worked with them to develop a lot of our technology and make improvements. We want to talk just a little bit about vehicle inspections, which is a really key process for them. And Landon, you guys used to do them on paper, right? And so what was the big challenge with that?
So the challenge was the amount of time it took from the time the driver filled it out until I received it. Yep. We were able to get the shop to work on it, get the repair done, and back to the driver. There's a video in the footer about managing your inspection process that I think we recorded yesterday.
Yeah.
So check that out. So let's dive into the inspection just a little bit more. So what your old process was the driver would do it on paper, you put it in a box.
Right.
Right?
He would turn it in with his tickets at the end of the day or when he got back
and
to this
And that
area.
was even his pre-trip. So in the morning he'd do the inspection, he wouldn't turn it into that night.
Right.
And then somebody goes and gets that paper out of the box, goes to the office and gets organized. Mm-hmm. Right, and then how long, what was the delay from the driver actually doing the inspection until you got it to the shop?
You're looking at anywhere between 24 and 72 hours.
Ooh, and if it's a weekend longer, maybe?
Right,
maybe.
Fills it out on Friday morning, I get it Monday afternoon or Tuesday. Yeah. So that was a big...
and that's the problem, I guess, was you didn't know what the issues were.
Right. Right, and then the driver comes back in after he's been off for the weekend. Why isn't my stuff fixed? Well, we didn't know about it.
Yeah.
You know, and then we fix it, and then I get the paper the next day saying, oh yeah, this is what he needed fixed.
Right.
So that was one of our big pain points here.
So when you put our software in, and I know we worked with you a lot on getting the inspection workflow correct. So the driver logs into the tablet, right, and it's hooked to his truck, and you guys define the questions.
Right.
And that's a really big deal. You got to ask the right questions, as you know, right? And so the driver goes down, thumbs up, thumbs down, this is broken, this isn't broken.
Right.
If it's broken, he takes a photo, right? And when he submits that inspection, if, for example, it's his pre-trip, right, it's in the morning, you guys get that
instantly.
As
soon as it uploads, yeah.
Yeah, so within minutes. And so then the issues are flagged.
Right.
Right? And so what's your process now? So you get the issue, and you manage that through TruckSpy.
Right, so we get an email notification.
Yep.
I think we can also receive a text.
Mm-hmm.
And so we go into the TruckSpy software, and we can assign those to work orders. If it's something that's, repeatedly been written up, a chipped windshield or something like that, it's not going to get replaced every time it gets written up. So we're able to put all those on one work order, print that work order out. It's up here for the shop. Whenever that truck is here next, they can come in and pull that, see what all needs to be done to it. Yeah,
that makes sense. So the turnaround time is really important for you guys, right? Because you need to know what the issues are immediately so that you can actually get them fixed immediately.
Right.
What do you think, first of all, how important is a post-trip? There's so many truck companies that don't focus on post-trips.
To me, the post-trip is probably the most important because throughout the day is when things break.
Things don't break magically at night.
Right. Usually when it's parked here on the lot, they might not break, they might walk off, but they usually don't break. So, if the driver comes in at, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, writes it up, we get it, we can actually get it fixed that night. So it's ready to go when he comes back in at 3, 4 in the morning. When we're not open.
So what's been the feedback? So and also let me back up. So when you actually fix the issue, you mark it fixed in the software.
Right.
And then the tablet prompts the driver, right, to say, hey, the shop has repaired this item. Can you confirm that it's repaired?
Right.
Right. So that feedback loop is valuable. What do you think it is? And I guess why is that valuable? Does that help? My opinion would be it builds trust with the driver. You have a check and balance. Did my mechanics do?
Right. Yeah. So the driver knows that the issue was actually looked at, not just pencil whipped.
Yeah.
And it's helped with the relationship between the mechanics and the drivers.
Yep.
We still have a few issues with drivers who don't write it up. They just come in and say, hey, this needs to be fixed. Well, you don't write it up, we don't touch it. Yep. So we're slowly getting them into that process that if you want something fixed, you got to follow the procedure. So you've been using this inspection flow. It's been rolled out for a year. Yeah, pretty close.
Something like that. I know we've made a lot of changes along the way. What's kind of the next iteration look like? Like, what's the next thing we can put in there to give you guys value?
I would still like to see truck and trailer separate, because the tablet is attached to the truck, so it automatically has that information. I know there's a spot in there where they can put their trailer number in. That's our biggest pain point, is anytime the DVIR comes across, it just has the truck number, so I have to go and search and see what trailer number that belongs to. So I would still like to see those separate. But other than that, for the most part, everything's been working pretty good.